we have a customer list of about 1 million customers now. So we used to send very big WhatsApp campaigns, right? We used to send WhatsApp campaigns to 5 lakh people, 8 lakh people. But then we realized that it wasn't helping because a lot of people started opting out, and we respected the privacy of customers. And we slowly and steadily realized that segmentation is very, very important. So we started using different tools in the market. We're using LimeChat now. So I think we used segmentation a lot to help uh, build very, very important cohorts, very to the point segments where we knew that we want to send WhatsApp to only a specific group of people who are interested in receiving that campaign. So I think to divide it into two different parts, we are doing automation and then we are doing
Hi
campaigns.
guys, welcome to Limelight, which is our podcast. And today I have with me Utsav, who is the founder of Fabric Pundit. So, as you guys know, at Limelight we talk to leaders and founders in the D2C space to understand uh, uh, their journey of starting brands, the various challenges they are facing, and what things are working for them to overcome these challenges. Um, so a little brief about Fabric Pandit. Of course, Utsav will be the best person to give that, but uh, I'll just give a one line introduction about them. So they help designers and boutiques directly buy fabrics online, and they help. They have these awesome designs which they directly put on their website, and they cut out all the middlemen, so people can buy fabrics directly from them. Utsav would love to know a bit more about Fabric Pandit from you as well, and how you ended up starting.
Thank you so much, Aniket, for inviting me on this podcast. Very glad to be here. I think to start with, why did we start Fabric Pundit was with a very simple idea that we wanted to bridge the gap between supply and demand of fabrics in India. Textiles traditionally has always been a very, very unorganized industry in India. And despite being a big chunk of the Indian GDP, there have been a lot of SMEs, there have been a lot of small businesses in India who haven't been able to solve their procurement or fabric sourcing problems. Um, Despite the fact that a lot of startups have tried to solve this via tech, via some of the other marketplaces or apps that they've built. But what we realized was because we have been into this space since 30 years now, we are a vertically integrated textile company. From fiber to fabrics is our forte. You know, we make yarns, we make fabrics, we make the final product. So we realized that we wanted to solve this bit by directly reaching out to the end consumer of fabrics. Now, that consumer can either be a designer or a small boutique who's looking to source fabrics for his or her own business, or that consumer can be people like you and me who want to buy fabrics for their own garments, who want to get shirts stitched, who want to get kurtas stitched. So we realized that this can be very, very big. We started by doing a lot of surveys. We started by asking around. We talked to a lot of people, and we realized that uh, this is really a big problem. People are not getting good quality fabrics at the rates that they want because there are a lot of intermediate channels involved. And traditionally, textiles and fabrics has worked a lot on these intermediate channels. There are wholesalers, there are retailers, then there are sub retailers, and then it reaches to the end consumer of the product that they're looking to buy. And of course, on every stage, margins get added. There is no assurance of quality, and fabrics being such a such a big space, there cannot be a label. There cannot be it's like a salt, right? Or a coffee. If you take out coffee from let's say three or four different brands and you place it on the table, you won't be able to recognize what brand that coffee is from because that's a generic product. For fabrics, it's a similar thing that it's a generic product. Um, we wanted to solve this by becoming the brand in fabrics. Traditionally, we saw that Raymond's was only the existing player in the market who was a big brand, a big player in the fabric space. but that was only for menswear, suits and formal wear. We felt that we wanted to be a brand for women's wear as well, for kids wear as well, for home furnishings as well. So that was one. Uh, yeah, Aniket, yeah, are you there?
Yeah, yeah. I think there was a slight network issue in the middle, but
No worries, no worries. Yeah. So
yeah.
that is why we started Fabric Pundit. And, we sort of started in 2020, just after COVID, uh, uh, June 2020 to be exact. And the growth story is actually pretty interesting because when we started FP, we did not start with fabrics, but we started with a different product altogether because at that point of time, our machines and everything, the production was not working. So we started making masks. uh, we
Okay.
started making these beautiful cotton linen masks in 50 different colors, and why we did this is because I wanted to wear a different color mask every day, and I hated wearing those surgical and N95 masks. And I thought that if I am not liking these masks, there could be a lot of people who do not like to wear these masks. And I wanted to make this product a little more comfortable and difficult, because it's a difficult time for everyone. And so I thought that let's bring some color for everyone. We launched this, and the product immediately, it became super successful. I think till date we have sold about 1 crore pieces, about 25 crores in sales in just masks. At one point of time, we
Okay.
were the highest selling masks in India. We also ranked number one on Amazon, and that's how our B2C journey started. We acquired lots and lots of customers via masks. We spread out the word for Fabric Pundit. Fabric Pundit started becoming a household name for textiles. And then slowly and steadily, we started introducing rest of our products, which includes fabrics for men, fabrics for women, shirting fabrics, kurta fabrics, ethnic fabrics, home furnishing fabrics, upholstery. Oh, so the core idea of Fabric Pundit is to become a household name in fabrics, be it either for men, for women, for home furnishings, and of course also give fabrics at the best possible prices to boutiques and designers for their businesses.
Oh, got it. That the origin story is super interesting with the masks. But once you started with
Yeah,
masks and you started scaling, how did you how were you able to make that switch, right, from becoming a company which sells masks to a company which was able to sell these fabrics to designers?
that is a really good question, Aniket, because that was also the most difficult time for us. Uh, we knew at one point of time that uh, it was becoming very difficult for us to exit from that phase of selling masks, because the masks were selling so damn fast. Just to give you an idea, we peaked at around 10,000 orders a day. We have dispatched 10,000 orders in one day.
Oh,
uh,
okay.
and we took an informed decision ourselves that we don't want to continue selling masks, because this is a declining market. Once the COVID goes away, and it is going to go away, masks, people won't like to wear them anymore. So we took an informed decision. We started reducing the production, and immediately we started launching rest of the products, which included very generic products, starting from men's shirting fabrics to unstitched suit dupattas and dresses for women, saris for women. And it took for us a lot of branding initiatives. It took for us a lot of time to pivot from that period when we were selling only masks. But I think it was not that difficult for people to remember or to identify what is Fabric Funder. I believe it was a golden period and a golden opportunity for us, that we were able to sell masks at such a difficult time, and build the name Fabric Pundit. So I think that helped. Secondly, the turnaround came when, as soon as we launched fabrics, people started identifying us with the fabric brand and not essentially just the masks brand. At one point of time, people only recognized Fabric Pundit as the brand who was selling masks only, and that is what we wanted to change. So we started doing a lot of videos, we started doing a lot of reels, we started talking to people, we started making a lot of content around our fabrics, educating people, and then slowly and steadily that shift happened. So that was one. Of course, that was also a difficult time for us because we took a lot of losses deliberately to turn around the business. The first year was super super profitable for us. Second year we took some losses. Now again we are profitable. So I think
Hmm.
for every brand, it's very very important to continuously pivot and continuously experiment. I feel. And yeah, I think every period teaches a lot, so that helped us to identify our strengths and weaknesses. And currently we are at a scale where even we recently we did a sale called a half price sale where we did more than 50 lakhs in revenue in 4 days. So I think
Got it.
we never we never faced a problem of scaling or handling that scale because we've already seen that scale in the past, so the team already knows how to handle the scale. uh, it's just that now continuously we're launching new products, so we just want to continuously increase uh, 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 and grow where we are from right now.
Got it. Got it. So, so when you pivoted from selling masks to selling fabrics, right? What was the first big breakthrough that you had, and like how did it happen?
Aniket, I think it wasn't specifically a breakthrough because we launched very slowly. We did
Hmm.
not suddenly stop selling masks. In fact, masks were selling till I think it's currently one of the SKUs is live on the website right now as well.
Oh, okay.
So
Hmm.
it wasn't like we stopped selling masks altogether and then we suddenly started selling another product. We had to soft launch all the fabrics that we were looking to sell. We started telling people that, hey, why don't you buy linen from us? Linen works wonderfully for your shirts, for your pants. It's a wonderful fabric for summer. So linen was one of the first fabrics that we introduced because we make linen. And we had a soft launch for that because we wanted people to understand that we are a sustainable, we are a homegrown brand which believes in natural fabrics. So we started spreading that story. We started building the whole story around why do we want to sell linens, why do we want to sell cotton linens, why do we want to sell natural fabrics. So I think it wasn't that difficult, considering the fact that at one point of time, along with masks, most of the rest of the fabric categories were also live. So it was a very very soft. We softly launched rest of the products. We had to introduce rest of the products very very slowly, so as not to affect the sale of masks. Plus, also introduce rest of the categories.
Okay, got it. Mhm. Actually, I
Yeah.
had one question about how you grew your masks business as well. Because during COVID, almost everyone had this idea of selling masks. Anyone who was in the fabric or even a related industry, they were getting into this, right? But you ended up being number one on Amazon and like achieving much more success there than what was typical. So, what did you guys do differently? How did you acquire customers? And like, how did you end up being number one in that category?
There are a couple of straight pointers that I would like to give here that contributed to this success. The first was the pricing of the product. Uh, so just to give you an idea, when we launched our first collection, which was a pack of 5 colors in the mask, the cotton linen masks, uh, we launched it at around 125 plus shipping. Uh, and we were giving cotton linen masks, which was an equivalent. The product by itself was equivalent to an N95 mask because it had filters, right? So we designed the product in a way that it is protective and comfortable at the same time. The most important factor was pricing. Aniket. We identified that 100 rupees may there were surgical and N95 masks which were being sold in the market. And I think an N95 costed at about 100 per piece. But we launched 125 May a pack of 5. Yeah, so I think that was the first biggest thing that we realized, that pricing the product right is very very important to make people try your product. Otherwise, they wouldn't have tried, right? If we would have made the masks much more expensive, they wouldn't have tried. Um, So to make people try the product, to make people understand that this is a better product than what you're buying currently, we launched the product at very aggressive prices. The second most important factor to our growth was the product quality. I think we use the best of materials, we use the best of elastics. We actually designed an elastic specifically for our masks. It's called a towel elastic. So it's a very soft, very soft elastic, because one of the problems that we identified was, and in fact I face this problem a lot, that when people wore those masks, it hurt. It used to hurt a lot behind the
Yeah.
ears. So we designed an
Hmm.
elastic. We asked the suppliers to make an elastic which wouldn't hurt. It was super soft, and it wouldn't break, or it wouldn't, the elastic was stable even after washing. So we designed an elastic that was super soft behind the ears. So there was an intense uh, 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 assurance of the quality that we were giving to the customers. We continuously try to improve the product starting from day one till we, stopped the production. Uh, the stitching was all done on the best of machines. Um, I think the filters that we were using were equivalent to what the filters were being used in an N95 mask. So I think second, the most important factor was the product. The third factor was, I think, innovating. By innovating, I mean at time when only white or black masks or gray masks are available in the market, we launched 50 colors. So we identified that as soon as people start going to the office, people would like to wear different color masks. People would like to, match their outfit with their masks. So I think we made masks into a fashion accessory, and that is the third most important factor that led to our growth. And I think the fourth most important factor was, that helped to spread the word and acquire customers, was of course Facebook and Instagram. And I think I would be very I think I'm very grateful to Meta for providing us, a platform to grow. We ran Facebook ads a lot. We started with one of the SKUs, and then slowly and steadily a number of SKUs increased. So we ran Facebook ads, but we never crossed a specific amount of budget for Facebook ads. We never overspent. We always kept in mind that we had to spend only a specific amount of money on ads. And the biggest contributor to our success, Aniket, was word of mouth. So I remember people, used to talk to each other, and people used to ask, कि आपने ये mask कहाँ से खरीदा? It looks very nice. The colors look very interesting. Where did you buy from? So people used to refer to us. People used to say that हमने Fabric Pundit से खरीदा है. So I think that was something which led to that growth. Uh, and yeah, I think very simple. There's no rocket science. Sticking to the basics helped us to
Got it.
achieve where we are right now.
Got it. So, so a lot of it was like making the product really good, so the product sells itself. You get in people from
Exactly,
referrals, and
exactly,
then you do ads, but at a limited
exactly,
scale, not at all overspending there. Hmm.
exactly,
Um,
exactly.
Got it. So when you shifted from masks to fabrics, right? Then what changed? Like, how do you acquire customers right now, and how has your strategy changed from what you used to do before?
I think the strategy has not changed, honestly. We still run Facebook ads, we still run Instagram ads, we use WhatsApp very aggressively. But one thing that we have started doing very differently is to use content. If you visit our Instagram page, we have about 150K followers on Instagram. It's all organic. We
Hmm.
haven't, bought any followers. So I think, considering the number of customers that we have, our followers could have been much more. But we use Instagram to its full potential. We started doing a lot of reels. We started doing a lot of content, which scaled very fast. So the one thing that we're doing differently now, Aniket, is to make a lot of brand videos, to make a lot of videos that explain the story behind Fabric Pandit, and that's what has actually helped us to, stay afloat and stay profitable. I think uh, till now also we are very. I think we would say we're very nimble in our approach of spending money on ads. Uh,
Hmm.
marketing is not more than 10 to 15% of our overall revenue.
Hmm.
By marketing, I mean advertising plus marketing, the whole thing. So
Hmm.
it's very important for us to stay profitable because we are a bootstrap brand, and we realize that again, pricing, product quality, the best of customer experience, the best of delivery speeds, the best of ease of returns would make the product sell automatically. You don't have to do a lot. Of course, it takes time, but I think then the growth comes automatically. People start talking about your product to each other, so that is when the real
Right.
growth happens.
Got it. So basically, maintaining a
Yeah,
very high standard of the product and doing a lot of organic marketing through content and focusing on profitability, right? That is how you guys are
yeah,
growing.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Mm. You talked about WhatsApp as well, right? In as part of your marketing. So, how important is WhatsApp for your customers throughout their journey, right? Where all do you use WhatsApp actively throughout the whole journey?
I would say WhatsApp has been a very, very integral source of our growth, Aniket, because most of our customers, in fact, all the designers and boutiques are very active on WhatsApp. Uh, I think without WhatsApp, I would say it would be very difficult for us to retain customers. Retention for us has always, whenever we've thought retention, we've always thought WhatsApp first. Um, Considering WhatsApp and how we are using it, there are a couple of things. We are using WhatsApp into two different ways. First, I think initially when the WhatsApp marketing scene was very big, we did a lot of big WhatsApp campaigns. So we have a customer list of about 1 million customers now. So we used to send very big WhatsApp campaigns, right? We used to send WhatsApp campaigns to 5 lakh people, 8 lakh people. But then we realized that it wasn't helping because a lot of people started opting out, and we respected the privacy of customers. And we slowly and steadily realized that segmentation is very, very important. So we started using different tools in the market. One of the tools that we used was Conflow. Of course, we're using LimeChat now. So I think we used segmentation a lot to help uh, build very, very important cohorts, very to the point segments where we knew that we want to send WhatsApp to only a specific group of people who are interested in receiving that campaign. So I think to divide it into two different parts, we are doing automations and then we are doing campaigns. By automations, I mean we use WhatsApp to send out order confirmation. I think we send out a shipping notification. Now we are building content. Once the order is shipped, till the order is delivered, we're building content between that timeline. So because there is a 2 to 3 day gap between when the order is shipped or delivered, we thought that we should start educating customers around that. So we actually are speaking with Arjun from your team to help us build those flows. Um, After the order is delivered, gathering feedback, gathering reviews. So this is the whole automation journey. On the campaigns front, as I told you, we do segmentation. We identify on the basis of what people have bought in the past, number of orders, last order date, average order value, if the order was returned or not. There are lots and lots of parameters which we use to build segments, and we closely send out WhatsApp campaigns to only those particular segments. And if people want to opt out, we immediately opt them out so that we don't spam people.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it. So, so basically, WhatsApp is a big part for you for giving a good experience and for retention, right? No, no. On the retention front,
yeah.
like, do you do something to engage everyone who buys, or like, do you have specific sale events in the year where you really focus on engaging these customers?
No, I think it is a continuous thing, Aniket. It's not just sale events. In fact, we don't do a lot of sale events.
Mm-hmm.
We only do sale events, I think, once or twice a year now. Earlier, we used to do a lot of sale events. I think we used to do it every quarter. But we realized that giving products at true prices is more important than showing fake discounts. Uh, so we have completely changed the strategy around sale events. Um, So it's the retention thing is a continuous thing. We do a lot of cross-sell, upsell funnels. We do a lot of automations where we send out product suggestions once the order is delivered. We send out product recommendations on email. We do a lot of, so recently we started changing our packaging, right? We started working on how can we use packaging to retain customers and make them buy more. So we've started introducing thank you cards. We've started introducing product discounts on their next orders. So
Got it.
that is helping a lot.
So typically, how is the consumer behavior for your customers, right? How frequently once they have bought, right? How long does it take for them to buy back again, and what kind of things do they end up buying the second time?
So it's different for different categories. If I'm talking about fabrics, it's usually 15 to 20 days. So let's say
Oh,
if someone is buying fabrics for kurtas, uh, uh, I think they would, if the customer really likes the product, they buy another one within 15 to 20 days, max 30 days, I think. Um, that is what is our that retention period. Um, if we are talking about a product like sari for women, I think it's much longer because I think it's more of people would buy like to buy different. And we don't have a lot of collection in saris, so I think it's a bit longer. So we focus on acquiring more customers than retaining in that particular category. We're going to launch new products in that, but it would take time. So in the category which has lots and lots of products, I feel, and we're launching something new every day. It's the standard time is between 15 to 25 days. And the second product that they buy is usually a similar product from that category. So let's say if someone is buying a kurta set, a customer might buy a different design or a different color. So once they're satisfied with the quality, then they usually go with a different design.
got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Mm. You also talked a lot about keeping the experience good for your customers, making sure that it doesn't become spammy for them, right? Basically, currently WhatsApp is actually becoming a very spammy channel. Most of the messages that we get seem like SMS. Is an SMS used to
Yeah.
be, where you're just overwhelmed, you don't want to look at those messages, and people are really tired of getting spammed on WhatsApp. So what do you do to kind of
Hmm.
make WhatsApp a less spammy and more engaging medium also for your customers?
It's very simple, right? We don't send a lot of WhatsApp because we realize that it's a very private space, Aniket. Earlier, as I told you earlier, we used to send, and just like other brands do, we did send a lot of WhatsApp campaigns, but we have almost stopped doing that. I feel it's very important to respect the privacy of customers. That is also because as a consumer myself, I receive a lot of WhatsApp messages from different kind of brands on a daily basis, and I really, it's very irritating because WhatsApp is something that is actually really a space where you're talking to your friends and family. You're talking about work, and then you suddenly receive a message from a brand that you might have interacted in the past, and then you receive a message saying, "Hey, हमारी sale चालू है, हमसे खरीद लो." So I think that is very that invades the privacy, and that is also why the ROIs in WhatsApp are declining because brands haven't been able to understand how to use WhatsApp in a better way. To solve for that, what we are trying to do is first send less WhatsApp messages as much as possible. Send only the important ones, either the transactional messages or the messages where the people actually want to know more about their order or learn more about the product that they've bought. So we are shifting more from marketing to content to education. So let's say if you bought a kurta set, right, or if you bought fabric from us, or if you bought linen fabric from us, we might send you a WhatsApp saying, "Hey, you bought linen from us. Why don't you can style it in 5 different ways. You can style it in 4 different ways. This is how you can, get your linen shirt stitched. This is how you can get your kurta stitched." So that is what people actually want to receive. That is what people want to learn more about because when they bought fabrics, they don't have they probably don't have any idea कि उसको use कैसे करना है product को. So I think we are shifting more towards that. Uh, and yeah, I think not sending a lot of WhatsApp messages would work. Considering that as I said, we don't do a lot of sale events. So, let's say we're doing one sale in an year or two sales in a year. We only have to send one big or two big WhatsApp campaigns at the
Got
max.
it.
Otherwise, there are let's say 4,000, 5,000 people there's a small segment. 10,000 people there's a small
Right.
segment whenever we're doing a new product launch. And I think one thing that is going to help us, and I think we're experimenting with that very aggressively, is two-way broadcasts. I think you have talked about two-way broadcasts a lot in your LinkedIn posts as well, Aniket. And we have experimented with two-way broadcasts via LimeChat, and initial results have been very good. I think it has a lot of CTR compared to regular WhatsApp campaigns because it's very interactive. I feel WhatsApp as a channel is more towards communication rather than a one-way thing, and that is why it is different from SMS. We are using two-way broadcast to interact with customers, to gamify their experience, to make them interact more with us. So I think over there we would use two-way broadcast more to actually make the messages look less spammy.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, two-way broadcast has been our focus also for WhatsApp marketing because we don't do any other kind of marketing. We're just focused on doing WhatsApp. So we thought that like what is the right way to use
Yeah,
WhatsApp from first principles, and it is basically the way you and I used to talk to each other, right? Not the way brands send SMSs to me. So so that is how
absolutely,
that is the approach we are
absolutely.
taking there as well, right? That if instead of marketing, can you actually try to understand the person before that, right? Are they looking to buy this month, or what are they looking to buy, or what do they typically look for when they buy? And just asking those questions engages the person, makes them think somebody is caring. Then finally, when you are sending a message, it makes it personalized. You can avoid the spam as well if somebody is not interested. So a lot more things can happen, and it can just become
Absolutely.
like much more personalized. And I think you guys have already starting seeing the initial
Hmm.
results in like the CTRs and the
Yeah.
revenue and all of that. So um,
Yeah. Yeah.
that is for me the most exciting thing about making WhatsApp a real marketing channel and
Hmm.
making it less spammy, like making it a good long-term channel rather than taking it in the direction of
Hmm.
SMS. Um, so
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
exciting that you guys have started using that as well. What was the initial thing
No,
that excited you
absolutely.
about
I think,
two-way marketing?
yeah. Yeah. I think exactly the thing that you talked about, Aniket, right? Making the messages look more like communication rather than a one-way thing. I feel, and I think the flow builder, it's actually very intuitive, right? LimeChat's flow builder, it's super fun to use. Very, very clean UI UX. Um, it helps us to, and we get very excited when we're building the flows because we try to build the flows. So the way we do it is first we build a flow in Figma, and then we sort of build that flow in LangChat. So that is what we are doing now. The thing that excites us, I think, uh, is that node to node connection, right? Where we know that hey, this is the first message that we've sent you. Um, as soon as you click on this button, you'll receive this, and then you'll receive this, and then you'll receive this. That connecting the dots for us is actually pretty interesting because that is how we can make the whole journey more intuitive for the customer. That was not possible before with any other tool. So that is one. And second, I think with LimeChat's two-way broadcast, one thing that we have also seen is an automated reminder. You know that switch where you can actually send reminder messages to people who haven't interacted with your two-way broadcast. So that works really well.
And
So we're
the
trying
good
to
thing
build that.
about that is
Yeah,
because you are doing it in a two-way manner, it keeps everything in the same window, so you're not actually spending any extra money to send out those reminders or
yeah,
making that whole
yeah,
customer journey.
yeah,
It's at the same cost of just
yeah,
sending that
yeah.
one-way broadcast. It's not that you even have to spend anything extra to do that. Uh,
Yeah, I think investment is also one thing that makes this an interesting aspect because you can actually continue communicating with the customer within that 24-hour window. So that is one thing that we are seeing that might give good results compared to one-way campaigns.
Got it. Awesome. So,
Yeah.
so I wanted to ask you overall for WhatsApp as a channel as well. What, how you are seeing it grow, right? How big of it is? How big is WhatsApp currently in terms of your overall business contribution, and where do you think it will go, like in the next 6 months?
I think WhatsApp, see, as a percentage of revenue, I feel WhatsApp honestly has declined because as I said, we are not sending a lot of WhatsApp
Yes.
messages, but the ROI has increased. So I would say that, let's say if I would spend an X amount of money on WhatsApp in the last 6 months, and I would get, let's say, 4x or 5x. Now I'm not spending that much amount of money, but I am receiving a 10x or a 15x ka ROI.
Hmm.
So I think that is the first thing that has changed. Second would be, if I talk about how WhatsApp would see, WhatsApp is always going to be an important channel for every business, no matter what. But I feel it's very important to continuously innovate, continuously focus on copy, sending the right messages, introducing new content for customers, and we are seeing WhatsApp becoming a very important part of our branding rather than sales. So I think we've changed the strategy now, and we never want to see WhatsApp as a channel which will contribute to our sales. Sales and numbers is always a byproduct, is what I have personally believed, Aniket. And I feel more importantly, educating and branding is something which will help us. And sales will always be a byproduct of that. Once people start seeing and reading more about our content, seeing more of our videos, people will automatically shop from us, right? Once they trust you, they will, because there is no other alternative in the market, right? Apart from us, the product that we are selling, no one is doing that. So it's more important that we continuously engage the customers. So I think WhatsApp will become a very, very big engagement channel going forward. But I cannot comment on how big a percentage of revenue it might become,
Got it.
because that is yet to be seen. In the past, I think it was at about 10 to 15% of our revenue. It
Right.
was always there, but it's declined now. Uh, but yeah, as I said, ROI has increased, so that's more important for us.
Right.
We've now shifted that investment to more important channels like influencer marketing, collaborating with
Right.
good people. Uh, so yeah, so slowly and steadily, if we focus on using the right strategies, WhatsApp might become a bigger channel.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I have just two more questions left. So one is
No, no worries.
about what do you think? What do you see brands doing wrong, right, while utilizing WhatsApp for your business? And what advice would you have for brands to use WhatsApp better to get in the right revenue range, in the engagement range? How should they think about it, and how should they actually use it?
I think the very first thing would be to not spam. Uh, I think that is the first most important advice to every brand out there, either big or small, that please respect WhatsApp as a channel where you respect the privacy of users, because you have that data, you have those phone numbers, but you cannot use it in a wrong way where you spam people. So I think that is the first most important aspect of WhatsApp, that you treat it as a channel where you are communicating with customers and having a conversation. Brands need to use automations more. Brands need to build journeys where they can suggest products, recommend products automatically on. Let's say if someone is selling shirts, right? And if someone is selling ready to wear shirts, and that brand now wants to introduce, let's say, pants or denims. Now, brands could build cross sell funnels where if someone has bought a shirt and the product was delivered and the product feedback was good, the customer can receive an automated WhatsApp within the, let's say, the next 15 days or 20 days, where they can say that, hey, thank you for such a lovely feedback on this shirt, why don't you check out these pair of denims that we've introduced. uh, so it's more important that you always stick to some aspect of customers journey or some aspect of customers conversation with you in the past, because that is what will help customers to connect the dots. Otherwise, if you just come out of the blue and say ki, this is the pair of denims that we've introduced, please buy, no one will buy it. So you don't need to sell it, you need to make customers buy from you, and that will not happen by selling, it will happen by helping customers to buy. So I think by helping, I mean by suggesting them the right product, by telling them that, hey, this is the right product for you, we think that this will look very good on you. So by telling them that this is the right product for you, I think that could help. So I think more intuitive journeys could be built, less spammy campaigns could be sent. Segmentation is one thing that brands need to use very aggressively, because I think that is one of the problems where brands don't use segments a lot. Um, Brands could build segments based on product collections, average order values, how many orders. So let's say if an RFM segments is one thing that people can use, right? People who are champions, people who are hibernating, all those RFM segments, right? Differentiating on the basis of what uh, people have been doing in the past, customers have been doing in the past, and are there any people who are now drifting away, and then you can build out custom communication journeys with them. So in very simple terms, I think just keep it very, I think very, very simple and to the point with consumers. Don't try to market your product. Just try to educate people and try to tell stories. People will automatically buy from you. Is something that I personally think that brands can do. Yeah.
Awesome. That's great, and I see very few people actually doing that. It's more about selling and they're talking about what I have, and then kind of almost forcing somebody to go and buy that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
yeah, I
Mm.
think Aniket, it's more so. See, we've seen brands like Apple, we've seen brands like Nike. The best marketers in the world. They never sell. They always. So I really enjoy learning more about how Nike has built its business. Right? They always talk about athletes and how they honor the athletes that use Nike K products. So I think uh, it makes consumers feel empowered. Same way with Apple, right? They never sell the product; they always sell the solution. So that is something which brands could do, and that is also what we are trying to do slowly and steadily.
Got it. Mm. So finally, I just wanted to know that for the next 6 months, right? Like, what would you guys be betting on in terms of channels and in terms of marketing to maintain this balance between growth and profitability?
We are going offline very aggressively is one thing that we are focusing on, Aniket. We've started introducing retail outlets. So we've actually launched our first retail outlet in Surat, the city where we belong from. Uh, we're going we're going omni-channel in our distribution strategy. Uh, so I think that is something that we're focusing on now. Second would be that we are starting to uh, go big on storytelling. We are starting to build very, very good stories around. Uh, so it's just that earlier we used to just launch products. Now we're launching stories and then we launch the product. So it's completely opposite now. It's more like telling and explaining people that went behind this product and why did we launch it in the first place. We're focusing a lot on building that content. The third would be, I think, trying to educate. Education will become an important part of our brand, because in fabrics, education is something which is lacking. People, actually fall prey of uh, counterfeit products in fabrics. There is no quality assurance. There is no assurance of if they're receiving the right product. So we want to educate more, and I think we'll be launching a YouTube channel very soon for that. We're working on that. So I think, yeah, that would be the three main things that we are working on. Um, I think apart from that, Facebook, Instagram ads would be continuously as we're doing. I think it would be the same. We don't see our ad spend increasing a lot in terms of performance marketing. So we're not spending a lot of money on performance now. But we are trying to collaborate with good influencers. We're trying to tie up with good people. So yeah, I think that would uh, essentially the crux of it would be branding. We're trying to make a brand, not just uh, uh, another D2C uh, website selling products.
Sorry.
We want to become a brand. So for branding, we could be doing all these things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's really great. I'm very excited to see you guys as a full-fledged brand, like as a Nike, basically for fabrics. Uh, so
Thank you so much, Niket. Uh, Really glad to use LimeChat. I think LimeChat has helped us just to put out a few points for LimeChat. Uh, Aniket has always been very, very supportive with us since day one. Thank you, Aniket, for helping us out with everything since we started. The team is super, super amazing. Everyone in the team, right, starting from Manan to Ananya, everyone, including the onboarding. So I think going forward, once you guys start introducing segments and once you guys start introducing more and more products inside LimeChat, I think it would help brands to you know uh, continuously improve their WhatsApp journeys. And of course, the chatbot. I think chatbot has been a very big enabler to our growth because it has helped us free a lot of time for our customer support team. And going forward, I think uh, a chatbot. Uh, uh, Continuously optimizing the chatbot will be very, very helpful for us.
awesome. Thanks for that as well, Utsav. And great. Happy that you loved our experience, and we are to looking to double down on making WhatsApp a really big channel for everything, for branding and all of that. Awesome. And that wraps up our episode for Limelight. Thanks a lot, everyone, for tuning in, and hit the subscribe button if you want to continue to get insights about the latest things in the D2C industry.
Sorry, Aniket, I think I just lost you. Can you repeat that?
Uh, yeah, I was just saying thanks a lot for your words and for making time for the podcast today. And we will
Thank you
we'll
so much.
continue to
Thank
give
you.
we'll continue to focus on giving great experiences and to make WhatsApp like one of the major channels for revenue, for retention, for branding, for customer experience, right, for brands. And that wraps up our episode for today. Thanks a lot, everyone, for tuning in to our
Thank you.
podcast,
Thank you. Thank you,
Limelight.
everyone.
And
Thank you.
hit
Thank
subscribe
you.
if you want to keep getting the latest insights from leaders in the D2C space. Uh, thank you, everyone.
Great. Thanks. Thanks, everyone.